Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Western Edge Theatre is kicking off their 2013-2014 season with a little bit of controversy. What else would we expect from Western Edge? It's Michael Healey's Proud. On today's show, behind the scenes of Sunday's Nanaimo Child Development Center telethon, free-range meat and other local food options for Thanksgiving, and Shaw TV at Wild Play Elements Park. That and more in the next 30 minutes.
So you were going to try arguments and then flirting?
I was, in a sense, yes, going to flirt with you. I sense you respond to flirtatious behavior.
That's your sense, hey?
That's my read, yes. Am I wrong?
No, in fact, next time skip the arguments and go straight to the flirting, because I'm dying to see that stuff.
And Nanaimo audiences are dying to see that too. A short scene from Proud by Michael Healey, the first offering this season from Western Edge Theatre, running for 5 performances only this weekend and next weekend. We'll give you more details and discuss more about this controversial play later on this edition of Go Island. We're starting things off though with the Nanaimo Child Development Center. There is a huge, big, fantastic telethon taking place this weekend at the Port Theatre. The set is currently being designed. Here's Kelly Robinson. And Shaw TV is proud to be one of the partners working very closely and hard behind the scenes and on the scenes with the Nanaimo Child Development Center's first ever telethon. You can see it all come together this Sunday, September the 29th from noon until 8. Watch it right here on Channel 4 or come on down to the Port Theatre and enjoy it for yourself in person. I'll be doing a lot of the hosting for that show along with Matt Carter, Dan Kahn from Victoria, Karen Elgersma, our very own Annette Lucas, Raji Kabli from Powell River, a huge group effort. We hope to see you on Sunday at the Port Theatre. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Eliza Gardner is with Western Edge Theatre. Proud, described as a controversial political comedy.
That's right.
What is it about?
It's about the Prime Minister of Canada, and the plot revolves around his meanderings in the House of Commons.
Okay, now it was written, we think, in about 2010, and Harper was Prime Minister at that time, and therein lies the controversy, I guess?
Well, therein lies the depth of character. Harper is actually the second longest running Prime Minister of Canada, and there's lots of accurate facts such as that quoted in the play, but there's a bit of a mysterious angle as well that audience will surely enjoy.
Now, if you're not really up on your politics, can you still get something out of this play and enjoy it, or do you have to be quite well versed in the federal forums?
Well, there was a comic that relates well to the politics in the play that quoted our biggest governance bodies as being lobbyists and media, and so if you don't have the kind of lingo around how the governance structure works, then you'll probably learn a thing or two. But the humor is super Canadian, it's very witty, the actors are really talented and courageous, and I really think people are going to enjoy the action itself.
Okay, now it is described in the press release as a Pygmalion-esque show. What does that mean for those unversed?
George Bernard Shaw wrote Pygmalion, which is a famous play about a character who is transformed into something bigger and better. It's the same story that's related in the musical My Fair Lady, where famously Henry Higgins transforms Liza Doolittle into this high class from country girl kind of character, and that's the same type of character transformation that takes place in Proud.
Does it end on an up note? Is there hope for Canada, or are we going to walk out of the theater a bit discouraged?
It literally ends on an up note.
Okay,
You'll
excellent.
have to see the ending to get the joke.
Excellent. It only runs for 5 performances here at Nanaimo Center Stage. We're going to have a conversation later on this edition of Go Island with Frank Moore, who plays the Prime Minister. Can't wait to see that. It's time now, though, for a short break. Still to come today on Go, free-range turkey on a Cowichan farm. Shaw TV faces some fears at Wild Play, and a 1920s Model T Ford. That and more still to come today on Go. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're here at Nanaimo Center Stage in downtown Nanaimo, and that is the cast and some of the crew from Western Edge Theatre's first offering this season, Michael Healey's Proud, a political, controversial comedy play. It opens here on Friday night, September the 27th. It plays again on Saturday the 28th, and there's only 3 more productions after that, October the 4th and 5th for evening productions, and a matinee on Sunday, October the 6th. You can get full details and book your tickets, westernedge.org. We're going to throw things over now to Jen Moranitz. The harvest season is in full swing, and Thanksgiving is almost already here. In the next story, Jen Moranitz heads to the Cowichan Valley to look at some free-range meat.
Either of you guys got a condom? I got a guy in my new office who wants to christen it with me. I'm the new member for the Cormalic Pool.
Yes, Ms. Lithe, is it?
Jisbella Lith.
Yes, Ms. Lithe.
Call me Jisbella or Bella.
Yes, okay.
Call me Jiz if you want.
I most certainly will not.
Yeah, that's more of a back home thing. So, condom, sir.
Is there something I can help you with, Miss Litt?
It's a weird ask, I know, but let's face it, it's a weird day. I haven't got any staff yet. I was about to make some calls, and there I was just sitting in my office, and I'm like, this is my office, my parliamentary office. I'm an MP. And I'm sitting there, like, stunned, and in walks this guy, and he starts asking me questions.
What guy was that?
I don't know, Eric, something like that.
Was he press?
I think so. I think he said he worked for CBC. Anyway, so I show him my new desk, and we're making out, and I'm like, do you have a condom? And he's like, I used to, but the campaign was really intense, and now I can't expense anymore until the beginning of next month, blah, blah. Like, this guy loves to
Curly
talk,
hair.
right? Yes.
Evan, was that his name?
Yes, Evan, thank you.
She's going to have sex with Evan Solomon.
On her desk.
Not unless someone has a condom. You said to come straight to you if we needed anything.
I also said you shouldn't be talking with anyone.
This is the genius of my strategy. If we're doing it, he's not asking me questions, I hope.
That's a tactic, not a strategy.
Really?
Yes.
A tactic, not a strategy. Love it. That is a scene from Michael Healey's Proud. It opens here at Nanaimo Center Stage, a production from Western Edge Theatre on Friday, September the 27th. It runs again on the 28th, and then only 3 more productions, Friday night, October 4th, Saturday, October 5th, and a matinee on Sunday the 6th. You can get details and tickets through westernedge.org. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Recently, the entire Shaw TV Vancouver Island programming team got together for their 3rd annual retreat, and this one topped them all. It's the topic of this week's Kim Rock. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Frank Moore plays Prime Minister Stephen Harper in Michael Healey's Proud. It opens here from Western Edge Theatre at Nanaimo Center Stage on Friday night. There's no denying that when Michael Healey wrote this play, all the references to Prime Minister is to Stephen Harper.
This is my Stephen Harper smile, by the way.
Is it? Okay. I never know what to expect when
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with you, Frank.
Well, the character in the play is called the Prime Minister, but I don't think there's any doubt that we're talking about the current Prime Minister, because various other names used in the play indicate that we're talking about the current government. So, yes, we're talking about Mr. Harper, and we're talking about his government as a whole.
Okay, now this play is described as very controversial. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. It's stirring some pots in the rest of Canada. Is that part of your Harper smile there?
No, this is my...
Okay.
I'm not smiling actually right now. That's because I'm not a politician. I don't have to. Yes, it has been stirring pots. The playwright Michael Healey wrote this for the Tarragon Theatre in Toronto. They refused to produce it because they thought the Prime Minister might sue them, which seems to me kind of unlikely. So he went ahead and self-produced it in Toronto. It's a huge hit. It's now on in Ottawa at the Great Canadian Theatre Company, and of course that's exactly the city in which it's going to cause a stir. And now we're doing it in little old Nanaimo.
Now, I don't think it's any secret that you're not a fan of Stephen Harper. How are you portraying him then?
Well, I just play what's on the page. What I think of him doesn't matter as much as, how the playwright has portrayed him on the page, which is actually more balanced than you might figure. Michael Healey's trying to give the guy and the government a fair shake, and he's actually, I think, trying to figure out how they think. And, it's speculative. I don't know if this is how they think, but it's a pretty good shot at trying to understand the mindset that is currently running our country.
Okay. Theater is very powerful. Does this play, do you think, have the power to drive people to action and to make some change and get involved with the politics of our
Well,
country?
I want to say first that this is a really funny play. This is a comedy, so it's not like we're going to stand on stage and talk politics all night. In fact, there's some ripping sex scenes in this play.
And
Kate.
you're in those scenes.
I am in those scenes.
You're going to fill the house just for that alone.
Yeah, with Carrie, who's the actress in the play, and our clothes are on, but still pretty torrid, I have to say. Anyway, yes, I do actually think art and theater can change the world when it sets out to and everything comes together. So for example, when you have a play like this, which does rock the boat, on in a place like Ottawa, obviously that's going to have impact because the Prime Minister may do his best to ignore it. But you can be sure that all his colleagues and the various employees of the federal government are there watching it. And that has impact. And the fact that we're on TV right now talking about our production, that extends the impact of this particular piece of theater. So yeah, I do think it can have impact.
Okay. Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Looking forward to seeing Proud through Western Edge Theatre here at Nanaimo Center Stage. Runs for 5 performances only, Friday until October the 6th. We're going to switch directions entirely now, throw things over to Rayanne LaPlante. It's another look at a Model T Ford in Calendar Car. Brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Don't miss Western Edge Theatre's production of Michael Healey's Proud, Nanaimo Center Stage, September 27, 28, October 4, 5, and 6, and then that's it. It's done. In the remaining few seconds that we have left on today's show, we're going to once again hand it over to the cast of Proud.
So, I'll deny we fought, and then it's a 2-day story, and then you admit we did fight, and so on and so forth. So, how did it feel to rise in the house and deliver an honest-to-God bill?
I finally understand why you guys think what goes on down there is important. It actually feels important.
You did great. Are you ready to talk to the press about it?
Yeah, Carrie's been prepping me.
Good, but don't worry too much about the talking points. Just get out there and let loose.
What if I say something wrong?
Nothing you can do hurts us.
You have a very appealing guilelessness.
You mean I'm stupid?
I mean, you're appealingly stupid.
Still don't understand why you guys didn't just use somebody who actually believes in an abortion bill.
Because those guys and their beliefs are exhausting.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.